their first loss after losing 28-23 by Georgia Tech. They are no longer undefeated. Hate to say it. That's what happened. They not celebrating a but they shocked the loss was by the Yellow Jackets at Georgia Tech.
Let me tell you something. I talked about this on my YouTube channel right before the game. I said this game worried me deeply. Now, first of all, Georgia Tech had played football, and I don't know, damn near 2 months, 10 days or 12 days or whatever. They were well rested, and Miami had been playing such emotional high games, winning. Not just expending yourself physically, but expending yourself emotionally. I was exhausted. I felt like I'm tired. I had to go and do this again and get it up. You know what I mean? We got to go again. And those guys, to the last quarter, saw them trying to rise above the emotions. Now, there's two things in that. Because the good is you felt like you can always come back. But the bad is you feel like you can always come back. You start here starting and expect to do that Cam Ward magical stuff. It's going to catch up with you. And it did. It caught up with him with that fumble late. But even that, though, let me tell you something. Cam, this one thing, too, though. I thought there were some opportunities that Cam could have maybe got out and took off running and made some plays, took off running. He would always turn back around and try to make a play upfield. I always want the quarterback to be thinking about making plays upfield. When I talk to you guys about Patrick Mahomes and how smart he is, he's always thinking first down. If I keep getting first down, I'll get a touchdown. And sometimes I won't Cam, but just think first down. Not always that big play, just think first downs, and he'll be okay. And what will be okay, too. He's doing a good lesson. I saw how good he was. I guarantee you, this will refocus. I'm going through this.
Yeah, I really want to say Cam played a phenomenal. I felt like he played a phenomenal game up until 2 minutes. I think he did the best of what he could do, because the way Georgia Tech beat them was when it felt like they dropped the players back, and then when they started making sure that he had no one to throw to, that's what allowed him to get sacked. You know what I'm saying? So once you change up the defense, it's for the offensive coordinator to figure that out and say, you know what, they're doing something different and not stick with the same play. But when you look at it, he had 348 yards, 3 touchdowns, but it was that fumble. When that fumble happened, it pretty much sealed the game. It didn't matter what he did before. It's almost like I was at a UFC fight this weekend, right? And this guy kept fighting, and everybody just was like, oh, he got such a strong chin. But everybody has a strong chin until they don't have one. And when you're fighting, you're not supposed to rely on your strong chin. So this is what that is talking
Right. Go ahead, hit me. You can't do that.
Yeah, like, I remember Anderson Silva used to do that. He goes, right here. And then he does all this, and that's exactly how Wideman got him out there, pause.
That's how Spider got knocked out.
Yeah.
I saw that fight. And listen, that's like 180 football. I mean, I was at that fight. Saw that fight.
So the knockout then. All right, so that's where I'm going with Cam Ward. They keep banking on this superhero act. That's exactly what I mean. You're going to get knocked out doing that. So that's exactly what I'm at. Yeah.
I like the analogy, man. Actually, that's a great analogy. Because Anderson Silva was the king. And if he had stayed focused and stuck to the game plan and the basics, he'd have won that fight. Because he was killing him. He was killing him. They couldn't even hit him. And then he started doing all that and falling on that chin, and he was gone. So yeah. But what you just said, man, remember they were dropping 7 or 8 defenders.
Yeah, it was nowhere to go. It was nowhere to go.
So right. So you said exactly the right thing. That's why I said, Cam, take off and go get 7 yards. They keep dropping back. Just go get 7 yards. Go get it. You see what I'm saying? Like Patrick Mahomes does. They do the same thing that Patrick Mahomes did. He drop everybody back, pass it. Oh, okay. I'll just get to that real thing right there, first down. It's cool right on out.
Yeah, go right out of bounds. Don't even hit his balls.
Right, and pretty sure you can't drop back anymore because you pick up to the goal line. You see what I'm saying? You can take them 7, take them 8. That's what I would to do sometimes. But yeah, it's going to be fine because it's in before that. And I think this refocus them, and we can go forward from here. I still walk around here, man.
After a good pick up, set up with 2nd and short.
Yeah, your colors are not matching though, Mike. Normally, where's your sweater? They beat the sweat off you, Mike. Where's y'all believe sweat at, Mike?
They got the sweat off.
Georgia Tech walking around with your sweat on, Mike.
Dude, they do little this. Because you know, you're going to campus stadiums.
Turning the Henry on 3rd.
I walk out of it. So I'm walking with everybody to walk out of it. Hey man, I got these jokers from Georgia Tech, right here, just like this. I said, okay, man, let me just get out of here. Walk. They were crazy. They were so happy. They all rushed the field. They wanted to throw down the goalposts, everything. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Many years I did that to people. We did that to people. It doesn't feel right when they doing it to you. It just ain't right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this loss made the race in the ACC very interesting. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this play out now that we don't have an undefeated team in the ACC. But all jokes aside, Mike. Mike.
That's love for it.
They running around with your sweater.
Hey, you throw some love for me like that. You get in this fight with it. You say I'm just taking love for your boy. You see what I'm saying? Come on, guys. All love.
I'm just it's a Florida thing.
It is a Florida thing, you know.
Right now. And of course, Miami will be fine. It is frustrating, and honestly, it's starting to look like Georgia Tech is the real rivalry because, yeah, we say it's FSU, but this is the 2nd year in a row that Georgia Tech has handed us our first loss. So it's like those are the eyes that we need to be looking at more when we see that team. We see that we're going to go against them because they're talented like this. Georgia Tech, their record's not even that good. So, but shout out to Georgia because y'all deserve that win. But at the end of the day, you don't come back with that fire, especially next year.
Yeah, and then you can't lose this conference to SMU, Mike. Come on now. That would be a travesty.
Who did Georgia Tech play this week? Who they play next?
We know SMU. We know SMU is the only team undefeated right now, Mike.
Yeah, their next team that they're playing is NC State, November 21st. So.
That's
a win. That's a win.
Watch. They feel with Miami. I would say some great offense they were running. I was like, why does this seem so hard to stop? You know what I mean? Everybody was missing tackles, man. So they had pretty good offensive defensive line. That's what I would say.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into the NFL games. I'm going to make sure I don't start with the Panthers today since everybody got on me last week when I started.
Yeah, don't do that.
But shout out to them for their overtime win versus the Giants. I think that they deserve that praise. So shout out to them. But I guess we're just going to go loss for loss because we're going to start with the Cowboys. It took a brutal 34-6 loss to the Eagles. Jalen Hurts actually broke some records, becoming the first quarterback in league history to have 10-plus rushing touchdowns in 4 different seasons. So we know that the Eagles had a good game. We know that Jalen Hurts is playing well. Mike, is there anything the Cowboys can do to fix their season?
They are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Yeah.
Hey.
And you just brought it up. You just brought it up. Just make sure you keep losing more than Carolina so we can get that number 1 pick. It's long. That's this season can be great. What you gonna add next season? Right now, I'm so happy to see Bryce Young playing better. It's feeling like more of a number 1 pick that he was. So now he can start rising up. They don't need another number 1 pick. He can get that number 1 pick. And if that's Shador Sanders, that's what we're going to start talking about when I see this football team. Think about the things that was bad. It just looks like the next whatever this year.
I love throwing
I mean,
first down. And when you
get the
see a
phone.
first down pass just like
We
that,
go down there. We got an opportunity. Here we fall. We come all the way back down. We get a phone. Then CD Lamb runs right across the goal line, touchdown, wide open. They throw the ball in here, though. You can't see it because of the sun. The sun. That was fumbled the ball. Toward the line. Tried to pick the ball up. Missed the ball. It looks like the bad news bears.
Mike.
It looks like the bad news.
Mike, we can't let CD
right now and give us the first pick.
We can't let CD get away with this. Nah. They got Oakleys. They got all kind of glasses you can wear. Listen, he could be wearing all whites if he choose to. I don't know what's wrong with that boy's eyes that he couldn't catch that. If it hits you in your shoulder, Mike, you know you're supposed to catch that.
You didn't see that sun? You didn't see the sun coming in that corner of the stadium? They got that stadium sun. When you look back into that sun, it something. You know, I caught a ball in the Super Bowl that I never saw. That's how great I am. I just call it.
Yeah. The guy in New York caught the ball falls on his helmet, Mike. I don't care what he has to do, Mike. You're not talking to a novice here, Mike. Come on, you're talking with the expert in Titletown, man. I saw a guy turn around and jump backwards over a guy. You can't tell me he couldn't catch that, man. He can catch it blindfolded if he have to, man. He got 88 on, right? It's the 88
So I'm with you. I'm with you on
he ain't winning the Magic 88, right?
He's trapped. It's second down now.
It is possible to not see it. You see the kid. He can't drop that ball, man. But I'm just saying, it seems like all kinds of things so good. Like, what is that? What is that? You get a touchdown there. Maybe you get Philly getting a little pressure, and you get some situations, and it just didn't happen.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes
Yeah, Mike, I remember a wise man once told you at the beginning of the season, they trade. I think next season, right? The draft. You remember that stat? A wise man once told you that. Do you remember that?
Andrews with the touchdown. Yeah, the kick is good, so they take some valuable points off that lead right at the end of this half. So we finished 2 quarters, a couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Hewitt with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter.
You gave us everything you possibly could. Tell us about Mike. But we're back here at draft. Like I told you, it's important to listen to the prophets, Mike. You went to church so you can know what's going to happen. Dallas is going to need to get in the draft, Mike.
It's amazing, man. Can you imagine? It's right now. I don't see this team. Honestly, when I watch it today, I was like, I don't know. I don't see this team even in another game. Certainly the Carolina team I saw today. The Carolina team, man, yeah. So yeah, we it's bad.
They're out and set, first and 10.
I appreciate that. I was like, man, you Joe, let's run it before. But at least they still showed up.
Yeah, they showed up, Mike.
We all can help them.
Mike, we put the petition out there. Me and Killer, we was coming to do an intervention. That's why the people, we had an intervention plan for you because we saw what happened in Miami. Everybody, we got the bad news from Dallas. I called Killer. I said we got to get to Dallas right away. It's an emergency.
Why I was. But I ain't gonna lie though, Saturday night, Dallas, Saturday night.
When you evaluate players, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball.
It's like that. I can't take it. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. So, I'm a guy, upbeat guy. When my countenance go down like that, I'm depressed like I can't take it. I can't. I try to go to sleep. I just gotta go to sleep. I can't get through that night, and that's what I had to say. Now Sunday.
Yeah, it was a lot. So I know we discussed the bad news. So let's talk about some good news. But good news particularly for Mace, Mr. Losses ain't got him. Okay, so the Chiefs defeated after beating the Broncos 16-14. Mike, did the Broncos ever have a chance?
And the Ravens take the lead on that successful kick. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six.
The Broncos, the Ravens. Think about this, guys. And here's the mistake that everybody makes. The Broncos in the Ravens last year, last game they lost. The Broncos almost got them today. The only two teams that got it. They're like, you always trying to find the quarterback to beat them. That's find the defensive line that beat them up. You see what I mean? That's how the Raiders won this last year, December. That's how the Broncos almost won this game. Because no more we're finding a quarterback to try to out-throw you. We're going to find defensive linemen that throw your ass around on the ground. And that's what Denver was doing. That game. Yeah, he came back and did what he did. He always does it. He wins the games in the end. This time was funny. He got that from and that was crazy. You know, without having that ball in his hands. And his suit pack go crazy running down the field like, you know, somebody else from his team. So yeah, that's incredible. You saw what it means to them too, though. When they won that game. You saw them like you still got it. And next week they play Carolina. Is it Carolina? So yeah, Carolina next week.
Yeah, we're gonna run Buffalo. Good thing it wasn't the Panthers, because we'll run all
That was the biggest
Panthers right now.
you're gonna see.
The game right there, buddy. I want to see how you walk in here next week. Now, that's the only one I think they play Carolina next week.
Burrow setting the throw.
Mike, I'm just going to keep it 100% real with you. Even if the game was close, right? I want you to think about this for a second. When you got a wide receiver, let's say he's averaging 16 yards per catch. This is DeAndre Hopkins, right? So that's a nightmare for anybody. All those receivers are just going to increase every time you get the ball, because now when we play the Bills, right? They're not going to have an answer for us. If you stop one thing, another thing works. It seems like when Kelsey is not catching well, and Hopkins is. So you're just picking which one you want to beat your balls. That's really what's going on right now. Nobody is stopping Kansas City right now. Because hat-trick Mahomes, he got too many hats. It's just that simple. With everything they try to do, it seems like he figured it out. I don't know where he learned how to play football, but he just plays with a supernatural amount of confidence. Like you said, he's not even trying to get the touchdown most times. He's just trying to get 5 more yards. Every time he get the ball, it seems like
he plays
Offense ready to begin this drive.
He
First and 10.
plays position the way the position should be. It's a beautiful
Play
game
action.
to watch.
Here's
Now,
Jackson.
what you're saying, I mean, look, they
Flushed
only
out of
put
the
up
pocket.
16 points there. So he plays position
way
so
behind
he's
the line on this
smart.
one and take
He's
him
smart
down.
game, leading games. That's how they
Big
always
play
end up winning
drives
games.
and backwards.
But
Second down
but
coming
they
up.
had a shot today.
This is
They
the
never
end
had
of
a
the third
shot
quarter.
in the 2
It's
ways
Ravens
that
ball
team
as they try to keep that lead and
stop
close out
trying
a
to
win.
find guys that's going to outplay Patrick Mahomes. That quarterback doesn't exist. You got to find people to get to him because you're not going to find a quarterback that will beat him. That's just the truth.
Yeah,
That's
very few teams have the secondary and the line, though. That's the complication with that philosophy and ideology, is that the most teams that have the secondary that can cover the wide receivers do not have the speed on the line to be able to get to Patrick Mahomes. And the people that have the speed on the line don't have the wide receivers, the safeties and the corners that can keep everybody else in check. So either way, like I said, it ends up you just picking on Sunday and on Thursday and on Monday which player is going to beat you. One day it's going to be Patrick, the next day it's going to be Hopkins, then it's going to be Hunt, then it's going to be Kelsey every now and then. You're just picking which team you want to beat you. And I looked at that game like, I was laughing when they was about to kick the field goal. Everybody else was in shambles about it. I looked at it like a little brother who's fast and he's dribbling the ball all around. And you're that much taller than him. And then at the end, you just go,
Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yeah,
when you run that fly route,
that's what it seemed like. Everybody got
pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find paper.
The Bengals getting ready for a big two-point try late. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
That defense has been great, and it was on that defense. Stop that team, stop Denver. They will still make that drive.
The last special team, like the last special team to be this phenomenal, I have to give this shout out, was the Pittsburgh Steelers. So this now puts us up there even with the Pittsburgh Steelers when it comes to special teams. Are y'all hearing me out there in Nation? We even have a better, oh my goodness. Not the curse of how good our special teams is. Oh gosh, you're getting blocks for the game. It don't get no more special than that.
Now to return.
Winning, bro.
And decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30.
Patrick Mahomes. The Chargers, man, they are going crazy. Like, are you joking?
Drive starts out with a first and 10.
Patrick.
Stat, what you got to say about that?
Ever wonder why we are paid every 2 weeks when we work every day? And you can access your pay the same day that you work and get up to $100 per day with no interest, no mandatory fees, and no credit checks. And set the money that you earn to flow at the speed of you to move you forward instead of holding you back. Download the Earn Engine today and start making everyday savings.
Stops him in his tracks. Nothing for them on second down, and now it's 3rd and 1.
So often we talk about the individual having to move on to the next play.
Yeah, I would say really quick, of course, shout out to the Chiefs. And Mike, to answer your question, they played the Panthers after, but they are playing the Bills next in Buffalo.
Jackson on 3rd and 1.
Have your fun. Yeah, no. In Buffalo, I don't know. I think that'll be an even better game to really test what's going on. Because after the Chiefs played versus the Bucks, and then now the Broncos, I don't know. I think the Bills have a really good shot. We will see that next week. But again, shout out to the Chiefs because they.
Yeah, where's my nigga Kilo when I need him?
This one's incomplete.
Kilo, where are you at?
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. defender. He was
into
all
it.
over him in
But the Chiefs
coverage,
not
and that really
get
did
there.
help
What is it
force the
doing to
incompletion.
me? That's why we're going to talk about the Steelers. So the Steelers
Looking to throw
are
it.
7-2 after
that
beating
was
the
a
Commanders 28-7. Mike, I feel like
He's got
both
it deep
teams played because this
downfield.
was a very good game to
And he
watch.
does quite a bit of damage before
I
they finally
know
take him
I
down.
like to pull up
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little passes. You've got to get the explosive jump. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And he's in for the touchdown. The
And
Ravens
think about
have
this
taken
now.
the lead late.
Pittsburgh
It's a
won this
Lamar
game
Jackson
from
touchdown.
jumping on side.
So what
Yeah.
a finish
So we got
this
a
is
block
shaping
victory,
up to be. The
and
late
now
touchdown here,
he's gonna
Brock,
jump on
moves
sides.
them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games.
It's
We
a
never know
huge
what kind of game we're
size.
going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
You know,
And he brings it in. That
that
makes
lock.
it a field goal game now. Well,
it's
not the way they drew it up, partner, but when it works, who cares? They didn't defend the check down throw, and it's open for two.
I can still remember one of those early red zone days way back when. Touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. Now, I know it's not a touchdown, but this check down, well, it was a valuable 2
for the
points.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Showing you guys
On the return, here's Jones.
I talked to you about that little scripted thing.
And
now
this
that
drive will start inside the 25.
And I told you, he loves to throw those deep balls. He called him a touchdown today.
The drive will start out with a
28,
first and
30
10.
points. So that group on offense.
Here he is to throw.
Yeah. And I tell you, that team, that
Higgins makes the catch.
we know how to get to the point.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain. And
Yeah.
Houston gain.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
They get 27
You
on the play. It'll be first down,
TJ Watt, they know how to get to the quarterback.
Mike, when they're playing, when the Chiefs are playing, they should play Montel Jordan. This is how you do it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you what I know, Mike. I haven't seen a team this good since, and I don't want to say this in front of you. I don't really want to say this in front of you, but since the 49ers, I haven't seen a team this good since you and Dion. This is one of those teams, man. This is like really one of those teams. This is like we're watching legacy in the making. Like we'll have to tell other kids about the Kansas City Chiefs. This Steelers team it's Reggie. You know what I'm saying? It's Reggie. It's smoke, but it's Reggie smoke. It's not Zion. You know what I'm saying? The Chiefs is Zion.
Yeah. You're right, though, dude.
And that one stings, it really does. You have a limited opportunity to stay that close, particularly as we get through the second half. But once you get, you have to
Allen and all these guys do.
And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled
Yeah, and
down.
there's something about this. And I'm going somewhere with this. There's something about this, like when you have people playing at such a high level at quarterback, especially at QB1, right?
They
And
can
they
stop
start
the clock
bringing
down if they choose.
like,
In the final moments of the game, every